Hey VC, good morning. I hope everyone is doing well, and I hope you're all having a great start to your weekend. And for some of you who may have forgotten my name, it's Maria, and I'm here to share with you my most recent heavy metal purchases. Unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of vinyl to share with you. I have one, and the rest, unfortunately, are going to be in CDs. But in my last video, I did say I was going to make a heavy metal video, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So without any further ado, let's just get into it, because I have other videos I still have to shoot. So we are going to start off with the one piece of vinyl I do have on CD, or pardon me, vinyl. And this is it. King Diamond, The Eye. Don't know how well that's going to come out. But it was actually LJ who turned me on to King Diamond. He was playing the cassette, The Eye, and yes, it's on clear vinyl. And when I heard it, the first track on it was Eye of the Witch, and that's the one that caught my attention. And I had to rush out and try and get a copy of it on vinyl. No luck. Then I thought, okay, well, I'll try and see if I can get it on CD. Yeah, I could get it on CD, but they wanted like $25 for it, which I wasn't about to pay. Phenomenal band. Excellent music. But when funds are a little bit tight, you have to really watch what you're spending your money on. And for me, when it comes to music, I hate to say it, but I try not to spend more than $20 on a CD if I can avoid it, because quite frankly, CDs aren't, they're not selling as well as vinyl is nowadays. But some stores still feel that charging $25 for a CD is still, okay. Now granted, I don't know how much it costs them to get their music in, but they're entitled to charging whatever they want. And for me, I figured I'll wait and try and find it someplace else for a cheaper price. Unfortunately, you're not going to find it in Goodwill, and if you do, it might be in cassette format. But I know myself, I could never find King Diamond in Goodwill. But I can find it in some of my used record shops. Maybe not on vinyl, but on CDs I can always find it. However, The Eye wasn't one of them, so. But anyways, getting into the rest of the heavy metal. I'm going to start off with Anthrax. This is a greatest hits. You get 12 tracks on this album, and after hearing this, I had to give my head a shake and ask myself, where the heck have I been that I'd never caught on to Anthrax. Now we move on to self-titled, Avenged Sevenfold. This is another good album. Well, I liked it. It's got about, 10 tracks on it? 10 or 11 tracks. Then we move on to Danzig 2, Lucifuge. Another phenomenal album by Danzig. I still have to get all the stuff he did when he was with Misfits. So I'm still missing a couple. I'm still missing Danzig 1 and Danzig 3, How the Gods Kill. Now we move on to my favorite band, Iron Maiden, Brave New World. Yes, this is a used copy, but it's in really, really nice shape. Then we move on to, now, I went in looking for the vinyl. They were all sold out. They were sold out at 1, 2, 3 record stores that I'd been to. Usually the 3 I do most of my shopping at, but I figured, you know what, I'll wait until I get more copies. So I had to grab it on CD. The Book of Souls by Iron Maiden. This is a double CD, and when I played it, I knew I definitely have to get this on vinyl. Now the vinyl is pretty pricey. I think it's running for $55 right now. For Iron Maiden, yeah, I'd be willing to spend $55 on vinyl for Iron Maiden. Now, I told you how LJ got me turned on to King Diamond. Well, here's Abigail. That was another add-on to my King Diamond collection. So because of LJ, I am now collecting King Diamond. And it comes with a booklet, but it's going to be hard to show on camera without damaging it, so I'm not going to do that. So then we move on to a double CD. This has got 2 of their albums, Them and Conspiracy. Phenomenal. Really, really good albums, in my opinion. And the discs don't look much different from that. Then we move on to, I like the album so much I had to buy it on CD as well. And like I said, this album plays great from beginning to end. Every one of the tracks on this album is just fantastic. Now we move on to Megadeth, Countdown to Extinction. Another great album. And the funny thing is, I was very much into heavy metal in the 80s, but somehow I never got on to, I never heard about Megadeth or King Diamond or Danzig. So had my friends or other people been listening to it, I would have had it in my collection back then. Now we move on to Merciful Fate, Don't Break the Oath, and Return of the Vampire. I like Don't Break the Oath. Still on the fence about Return of the Vampire. I only gave Return of the Vampire a cursory listen. So I'm gonna be listening to it again, and maybe I'll like it more. And again, Merciful Fate was courtesy of LJ. He was showing these in cassette format. Now finding Merciful Fate on cassette here is like looking for a needle in a haystack. You're not gonna find it. So the last purchase is going to be a band that a lot of the record shop owners I've been visiting, I'd asked them for this band, and they basically said they don't know who I'm talking about. They've never heard of this band. And the band I'm talking about is Tarot. This is The Spell of Iron. MMXI, I believe, stands for 2011. Maybe that's, I don't know, maybe that's when this album was first released. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong. But this is a remastered version of The Spell of Iron. It's a great album. It is a great album. I was just a little disappointed with the 4th track on this. It's called Love's Not Made for My Kind. On this CD, it actually plays slower than the original version, which was a little disappointing. It's a great song, but I prefer the faster version of it. But anyways, where I bought this is one of the new record shops I've been recently shopping at, and I'm pretty sure I can get more Tarot. I don't think I'd be able to get the original Spell of Iron, so I'm gonna have to go onto eBay and get it there, because like I said, that album is just, it's great. And how I learned about Tarot was, again, through LJ. I was watching one of his cassette videos, and he had received some VCLT from Miko, and Miko had made a cassette copy of the Spell of Iron for LJ, and LJ was playing it in the background, and it was Love's Not Made for My Kind that really stood out, but the rest of the cassette sounded really good as well. So that's why I've been on the hunt for the original version of the Spell of Iron. So once I take care of some annoying little bills I have to pay, I am going to get onto eBay and I'm going to purchase the CD, the original CD version of the Spell of Iron, and I'm going to see if I can also get it on vinyl. And just hope I can get more stuff from Tarot, because Tarot is an incredible band. If you haven't heard of them, or you're not familiar with their music, go on to YouTube and just punch in Tarot, and they'll give you a huge selection of music that they have released, and they'll give you an idea as to what the band sounds like. And I'm sure if you love heavy metal as much as I do, you won't be disappointed. They are a really great band. So with that, I'm going to close out this video because I still have another one to share with you. So I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I know here in Canada, in about another week, we will be celebrating our Thanksgiving. So to all of my fellow Canadian BC members, I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. So with that, I'm going to sign off, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.